Welcome to a brand new episode, Morning Devotion. We will be looking through the Bible every morning. Today's special guest on your favorite podcast is Reverend Dozie Monime, a pastor, father, and an evangelist who loves the Lord deeply. In this episode, you are going to learn how to begin your day with Jesus through His Word.
In today's morning devotion, as we continue our study in the book of Psalm chapter 30, we're going to look at verse 6 and 7. Verse 6 and 7. In verse 6 and 7, we see David's troubled testimony. David's troubled testimony. The passage says, "Now in my prosperity I said, I shall never be moved. Lord, by your favor, you have made my mountain stand strong. You hid your face, and I was troubled." Hallelujah. This passage says, in my prosperity I said, I shall never be moved. One may wonder if David said or sung this to an assembly at the dedication of his palace and smiled at this line. It seems to communicate an overconfident assurance born of a season of prosperity. We are never in greater danger than in the sunshine of prosperity. To be always indulged of God and never to taste of trouble is rather a token of God's neglect than of His tender love. Self-satisfaction cannot praise Jehovah. Hallelujah. Therefore, it must be corrected by discipline. The final note of praise shows that through affliction and by deliverance, the lesson has been learned. The passage goes on to say, Lord, by your favor, you have made my mountain stand strong. From this passage, we could see that David confessed that the strength of his life and kingdom was not due to his prosperity, but to the favor of God. Hallelujah. It's all about him, isn't it? The palace of King David in Jerusalem is situated in the great hills of Jerusalem. We see King David making a gesture towards these mountains and telling everyone that it was God's favor that made my mountain stand strong. It's all about Jesus, not about us, not about our effort, but it's about Him. The last verse in verse 7 says, you hid your face, and I was troubled. What we see in this verse is that without the constant, sustaining work of God, David was deeply troubled. This isn't to imply that God played a hiding game with David, or hide and seek, or constantly hiding and then revealing himself to him. The idea here is that David was completely dependent upon the presence of God, fellowship with Him, and His favor. The Hebrew word bahar signifies to be greatly troubled, to be sorely terrified, as you may see in 1 Samuel chapter 28 verse 21. And it says, and the woman came unto Saul and saw that he was sore troubled. Hallelujah. Here is the same Hebrew word, bahar. So the question here is, are you in trouble or any danger this morning? I want to encourage you to bring those worries and anxiety to God because He cares for you. Matthew chapter 11 verse 28 says, "Come unto me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." God is the one who will give rest. Rest from troubles, rest from anxiety, rest from depressions, and rest from fear, both fear of unknown. Come to Jesus and you will be free. God bless you. Bye.
Hope you enjoyed this episode. Please make sure to leave a review. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Also, follow us on Spotify and Google Podcasts. Hit the subscribe now and don't miss the next episode.